right, I'm Andres. This is the Baking Steel Studio. Today we're making bread. We have Chef Craig back there, and it's going to be phenomenal. Bread, our favorite thing to make besides pizza. And if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and like this video. You guys rock. So bread, I'm going to do bread. I'm going to form it. I'm going to make dough. I'm going to form it, and then we're going to bake it. And then we're going to ask some questions to you guys, Q&A all afternoon for you guys. So just take some notes and get ready to rock. I'm making bread. I'm making ciabatta bread. And this is using our pizza dough recipe, which we'll go through in 2 seconds. Again, if you follow us, the things that we need to have is a digital scale because we measure everything in grams. And this is the only way to really dial it in. Tear it out. I'm using bread flour from Central Milling. I'm gonna dump in 500 grams, 16 grams of sea salt. 16 grams is not a lot. Now I can kind of give them a shake. Right? I love these dough containers because they contain all of the ingredients. So whisk it up, just like this. Give it a shake. I'm using active dry yeast, 1 gram. I don't have my micro scale, but I've done this enough where I know it's about the size. That's probably a little heavy, but that's okay. A little heavy is okay. Again, I'm gonna whisk. Give it a little shake. Let's give it a whisk. Now for my water, using reverse osmosis water that is in a box. I just like clean water. I don't know you guys, it's just nice. Zeroed out my scale again. I'm going to dump in 350 grams of water. Almost, boom, and then 1 cookie. All right. And now I put my scale away. You don't need that anymore. I'm going to try to angle the camera down so you guys can see what I'm doing. Everything's in here, and now I'm going to literally take my bench scraper and just kind of mix this around. I really want to see that water hydrate, the flour hydrate with the water, right? So it starts to form like a big size dough. I want to scrape these edges down. And then next, what I'll do is I might get my hands in there, okay? And just I do that by like this. Just kind of lightly press it in. It's going to form one large mass of dough. And I like to kind of make sure I kind of go around the edges. And if I need to, I'll grab my dough scraper, kind of push it down all over the center. I'm doing this just to make sure I press. I'm using a little bit of pressure here just to kind of get all the dry clumps flour out. I do this for about 2 or 3 minutes. It's just about there. Really, that's it. Like this is like such an easy dough to make. You saw like the important thing was to have a scale, right? Have a nice, I mean, these containers are great because it contains all the mess, if you will. All right. And then you can see that's it. Just like that. And now I'm going to do is cover it with this. These containers again, because it's airtight. Right? And now what I'll do, I'm gonna leave this at room temperature for literally the next 24 hours. Super easy. That's my dough. Like that's how easy it is. The next day, which will be tomorrow, that dough, now I've made some more dough. I'm going to take a piece of it. You can see in here, I've got some dough. Okay. I'm going to take a piece of it. This would be a next step. I'm going to cut some off. I might use the entire batch for this exercise today. I'm just using a portion of it. This is about 300 grams. Put it right down. And what I'm going to do is make a dough ball, a big one. Like this is like a big pizza dough ball, right? So flour it up. And this dough has been fermenting for 24 hours at room temperature. So it's nice and supple. It's like really loose. And I'm just gonna ball it up. So I'm just gonna kind of fold it in half, and then fold it in half again. And I just can kind of continue to turn. I press in and I close and I turn. I press in and close. I do this about 20 or 30 times. I'm careful, I'm not being super aggressive, just softly turn. And I'm keeping the smooth side, you can see, smooth side towards my chest, and I'm just making a ball, removing some of the air each time I do this. It's getting tighter and tighter. With that smooth side in my palm, and I'll essentially have made this big ball of dough. It's beautiful. You can see that, right? I put it back in my container, okay, for 3 or 4 hours, and I just let it relax. So we're gonna fast forward 3 or 4 hours, because guess what? I made one 3 or 4 hours ago, and look, here it is. It's been proofing. So now the dough's, this is a bigger piece. This is a 400-gram piece. What I'll do is after it's proofed, I'll just put it back on the counter. I'm gonna lightly kind of just press it out. Not thin though, okay? I'm not making pizza here, I'm making bread. So I'm just making a big square, if you will. You can see. You see that nicely? It's just got a nice big square blob of dough. Really smells like it's very aromatic. I'm gonna take my dough scraper, which is here. And now I'm just gonna divide this into 4 pieces. So I'm gonna make like a big cross, right? Boom, and boom, and then cut it here, cut it here. Got these 4 nice pieces of dough, okay? And now I might want to take some flour and just drizzle some on there, right? I might grab some Bob's Red Mill semolina flour and sprinkle some of this on there. Meanwhile, I'm gonna bake my put my baking steel in my oven. It's been preheating. I've got my steel on like the top shelf and bottom shelf. I have 2 at 400 degrees and Fahrenheit for about an hour just to get it nice and hot. And now I'm gonna do is just put this bread onto my peel. Super easy to launch this. You can see, come down again. It's pretty loose on here, right? Oops, one just fell off. That's okay. I'm gonna bake these for about 15 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Light, but I just take this right on my steel, just kind of shake it off, boom, right? Close it up. I'm gonna bake these for, I'll probably put my timer on, this is my first time doing this, for about 10 minutes. And then I'll peak. I might want to rotate a little bit. And then after maybe add 5 minutes to them. And then these things will be cooked. So it's 12 minutes. I'm just going to peek inside here. So what I might do at this point is just open this rack up and just kind of, they're not, in fact, I'm gonna pull one out so you can see it. That's after 12 minutes. They're still really light, but it's kind of seared on the outside. So these probably have another probably 8 minutes, I'd say, 6 minutes maybe. So I'll put a timer on them, and then that way I don't burn them. Okay, so we've kind of done this ahead of time. I made a few for you. You can see the size of these individual breads, like, right? Just amazing, right? Beautiful color on top, on the bottom. Aromatic, smells incredible. And that's our bread. You can see, let me clean up my counter there. You can see exactly what I'm doing there. But these breads, they're just literally gorgeous, square, kind of awkward shapes. And now I can do, if I like, let's slice one open. So I'll just cut it like this. Careful your hand. Boom. And boom. Look at that. Let me try to pull these up here so you can see again. Look at those holes. I've made this incredible like sandwich bread, right? I could stuff this thing, fried eggs, scrambled eggs, sausage, ham and cheese. Just dip it in olive oil. Shoot, just butter if you'd like. Just amazing little breads. All about like, you saw how easy that was. I put that dough together super fast. Dough, bake, ball it up. That's it, guys. You got bread like this, super flavorful in no time.